Hello! Welcome to the Adventure Corner. I'm your host, Robot Spacer. And today we're going to check out the demo for Perfect Tides Station to Station. Officially, the demo comes out on Tuesday, the 13th. We have a little bit of an early look at it. It'll be available for Mac and Windows, which I believe is also the plan for the game itself. I think the game does not have a release date yet. The Steam page just says coming soon. But I'm very excited to check this out. The first game came out in 2022, and I streamed it last year. And it was probably the best game I played last year. Very, very good game. And I remember saying when I was done playing it that I felt very fortunate that it exists and that I had the opportunity to play it. It's just remarkable game. Hello everyone, Mouse in this Culinary Disaster 6-7 Puzzle. Great to see you all. Hope you're doing well. I can't think of anything else to talk about up front. Puzzle mentioned Conquest of Camelot. Conquest of Camelot will return next week. I'm going to try very hard to finish both Conquest of Camelot and Maupiti Island this month, because I really want to focus on Mac games for Marchintosh, which is, of course, in the month of March next month. Fingers crossed. I'm not super optimistic about completing either of those before the end of the month, especially in a shorter than usual month, but we'll see how it goes. 6-7 said, games like Murder Club and Maupiti Island won't qualify for Game of the Year if you play them for longer than a full year. That's true. That is correct. Okay, I got my graph paper here. I figured I'd try using that for maps. I also figured we'd draw a map of this game. I don't know if that's necessary, but I did see a mention of like 60 different rooms in the game or something like that, which is quite a few. So we might want a map. And of course I have a notebook. I'm trying to skip ahead a little bit to leave room for the games I'm currently playing, but I'm sure that won't work out as I hope. Res Mason, hello, good to see you. You're just in time, honestly. You just missed me rambling for a minute or two. We're just about to get started here. So I think everything is all set up correctly. I did want to note, just in case, I don't think this would be a problem, but I did do a couple of I used an Apple script to set the window size, and I modified the AGS configuration for the game so that it doesn't pause when it's in the background, which means I can scroll chat and do other OBS things without interrupting the music. I just wanted to mention that in case anything weird happens because of what I've done. I don't think it will, but obviously, this is a demo. It's not finished, so any weirdness, I'm sure, will be addressed before release. Yeah, I understand it for normal players, but for streaming games, it is a little annoying when games pause in the background. But fortunately, it seems to be the default for AGS, but there is a way to modify those settings very easily with a configuration file. Let's check out the other settings here. We'll leave those at the defaults. Controls. Okay. Arrow keys walk, enter, skip cutscene. That's good to know. F5 save, F6 load. Okay. Escape to quit. Mouse, left click, interact, or walk. Left click and hold. Ask a question. Oh, that reminds me. I was looking at the Steam page for this, and there's a significant new gameplay mechanic in this one where you can learn topics. And it sounds like by learning new topics, it helps you become a better writer. I'm not sure if that's used in other ways. Like, it was hard not to think of The Dagger of Amun-Ra, the second Laura Bow game, where you have a notebook and you unlock topics throughout. And, that allows you to ask people about those things. Of course, we've seen that in other games like Maupiti Island and a number of other old adventure games. I don't know if it works like that or if it's simply like a way to, like, it sounds like it affects kind of the outcome of the game and actually affects how good of a writer Mara becomes. But that should be interesting. So this ask a question makes me wonder if we can actually ask a question out of those topics. I don't know if I'm just making an incorrect assumption there or not. We have right click to inspect, pretty standard for adventure games. I will not be using a gamepad, but it is cool that it is supported. It's something they've been working. They just did a big update to the original game as well, with a bunch of improvements that they've done for this game, including gamepad support, I believe. Makes me wonder if they're hoping to port these to other platforms, or if it's just for PC gamers that prefer that. All right, let's get started. Fear no more, says the heart, committing its burden to some sea, which sighs collectively for all sorrows and renews, begins, collects, lets fall. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to hit enter or not. Hopefully I didn't skip anything there. Does anyone recognize this? I guess it's like a cutout on the wall. Let's see, that looks like a GameCube controller. Yeah, totally. I will probably spend a lot of time just looking at the art. I can't tell what this is. Can I inspect it? It's your trusty noise machine, simulator of ocean-like sounds that Daniel and his roommates graciously allow you to keep at their place. Okay. X versus Sever. Okay, thank you, Val. Also, hello. Just catching up on chat here. We'll have to bring the Lara Marajara tag back to when the full release hits. I can do better. I was trying to think of if there were any other tags I should be adding here. There, it's fixed. Thank you for suggesting that puzzle. So the protagonist is old enough to partake in ironic purchases. Perhaps. Or, I missed some dialogue, I think. Let's try that again. By allow, of course, we mean that no one has ever noticed his presence, let alone voiced an opinion about it. Let's look at the standee. A promotional cardboard standee of the movie Ballistic, X vs. Sever, 2002, lives behind the apartment couch. Even though although you've never seen the film, you know it represents a dearth of creative output in Hollywood, its original script having been rewritten into oblivion. Not to mention a devastating $50 million loss for franchise pictures and Warner Brothers Entertainment. From what you understand, the standee was acquired through great hardship by one of Daniel's former roommates, who smuggled it home after closing up the theater of his employ. Having what Daniel describes as, quote, a hulking presence, he was able to walk it home under his coat in one piece. Since moving out, the standee's gargantuan owner has repeatedly promised to return for his treasure. The fact that he lives on the West Coast now does not bode well. So it's hard to tell if the person that took it did so out of genuine love for the movie or ironic love for the movie. No TV. That is interesting. There's like a laptop here. One thing I was going to say is I believe this game is set in 2003 and that Mara is 3 years older. So she's like 18 now, I think. Got a dinosaur over here. From here you can see into the alleyway between this and the neighboring building. During the day, the building super can often be seen, moving broken appliances and a chaotic assortment of building supplies. At night, the visual is pure blackness, accompanied by a symphony of cats in the violent throes of life. I'm trying to remember if we had these highlights over items of interest in the... Also, it looks like this darker red means it's taking you to a different location. You better not snoop behind the curtain. Even in an environment where people come and go freely, there must be some boundaries. Okay. Don't remember anything like that in the original? Yeah. Again, I don't know if a map is that important, but I figured we'd draw one. Why not? It's an adventure game, right? Remember, folks, who only had a curtain, no door. I don't think I ever lived in a home with a situation like that. You did just offer to make breakfast for Daniel. You'd better at least gesture toward that promise before you leave for the day. Okay. So probably want to go this way. All right, I'm out. Bye, darling. Later. Hey, Mara. Hiya. You're sheepish around Daniel's roommate, Gray. He is the most noticeably busy of all the characters who come and go from this place. Sorry, excuse me. Oh. Hey, I thought I clicked on him, not the rug. This rug was actually a gift from you. You picked it up for $2 at a flea market, shortly after an incident in which you, not wanting to be a burden, washed all of the boys' dishes. This resulted in Daniel's roommate, Gray, slipping on a small pool of water by the sink, an area he generally expected to be bone dry. You suspect Gray is still peeved about the whole thing, including the presence of the rug. It's one of the many instances where you seem to be compounding how annoying you are through ever-heightening apologies. Rosetta is in the Fine Arts Museum at SUCS, though your humanities classes occasionally overlap. She is dating Daniel's roommate, Gray. The two of you get along well, both being self-described shy girls who hated high school, although she carries herself reservedly and occasionally possesses a look of last-moment alive terror. You think she is very pretty. Although she doesn't officially live in this apartment, Rosetta is here at least as often as you are. This only contributes to the anxious feeling that you're pestering Daniel like a girlfriend without actually dating him. You comfort yourself with the knowledge that you spend a fraction of the time Rosetta does on personal hygiene and beauty, occupying the bathroom only long enough to relieve yourself and thumb through the same 3 steam-crinkled issues of Juxtapose. Apart from the occasional boiling of macaroni and cheese, which Daniel then eats directly from the pot, you are probably the only one who uses the stove. Your skills and interest in the kitchen have grown since becoming a vegetarian. These days, you can consistently reproduce a handful of good recipes. Still, you try to limit your time here. Cleanup, which you know in advance will be your job, is far too burdensome. Besides, you're literally the only person you know who can stomach the flavor and texture of tofu. Huh. And where do those eggs go? The fridge is more crowded than you'd expected. You'll have to look closer. Use the right mouse button to inspect the fridge. Exciting. Peering past the metropolis of Dale's pale ale cans, Rolling Rock bottles, and 3 different kinds of milk, you see the faint glimmer of an egg carton. Aha! You reach past the contents of the fridge to retrieve your egg carton, which you soon discover is resting precariously on a Costco-sized jar of applesauce. Having found what you need from the fridge and trying hard not to let your eye fall on any other culinary atrocities, you close the door. It looks like you have items in your inventory. Hover your mouse at the top of the screen to see them. Oh, I selected the eggs. I'm not sure if I want that yet. These icons are great. Let's do a save, why not? Okay, so what now? Obviously we're gonna make eggs. So we need like, No, nothing else in here really belongs to me. We need like a pan or something, right? You'll have to find some food if you want to cook it on the stove. Can I just use the eggs on the stove? Let's find out. Oh, okay, there's a pan right there. Great. You crack your remaining eggs directly into the frying pan. They immediately form a giant viscous mass. Want any roe? No thanks. If I eat this early in the day, I could surely perish. That's a relief. There's really only enough for you and Daniel. Using a spoon, you effortlessly break the yolks, letting them merge with the whites as they cook. This creates a multicolor mixture as the different egg sections mix. I'm nervous, am I doing all the steps that are expected of me as the player? I think I'm maybe too used to playing harder games where I would have to turn on the stove and make sure it's the right temperature. You call this the confetti eggs method because every bite is a celebration. We've made eggs. They look a little... I'm not sure about that color. Thanks. You're welcome. I call these confetti eggs. Because they look insane. They look like the contents of my brain, yeah. Okay. Walsh's class today? Yep. Are you going? I might skip. I don't know. Not really happy with my piece yet. That would be unfortunate. You find you can engage more deeply with the class when Daniel is there. Ooh, dialogue options. See you maybe then? Aw, you should come. She clearly wants him to come, so let's encourage him. Aw, you should come. It's more fun when you're there. It is? Yeah, dude, the whole discussion is more lively. But my paper's a mess. So is mine. Don't be a perfectionist. Alright, maybe. You'll go to class no matter what, of course. You can't be waiting around for Daniel to make up his mind. You finish your eggs as quickly as possible, trying to focus on your obligations for the day. You have to work a library shift and finish your paper before class. Oh, right. You wanted to ask Daniel about a topic Walsh brought up in class recently. What was it again? You'd never had an easy time holding on to your ideas, and now that you're in college, you've resolved to start writing them down. You bought a cute, tidy little notebook just for the occasion. And ever since you lost it, along with an equally cute pen, you've been taking notes on your phone. Here's where you store all of your personal contacts. It's looking pretty bare. Certainly you know more people than this. You just have to add more names as you remember them. I see one of the people is us, and the other is Daniel. And these are all the topics you're trying to remember. Okay, so you've only collected one so far. The city. An important topic. Oh, there's... The phone has a P button for people and a T button for topics. That's great. Hello, Kyle and Eric. Good to see you. The city. Paper done. Exactly. If your cursor turns into a word balloon over a person, you can have deeper conversations with them. To ask someone a question, left-click the person and hold until the pointer turns white. You can even ask yourself a question. Why not? We already talk so much. Now, what did you want to ask Daniel about? Was it? I hope it was the city. Okay, neat. This is great. I love this. Let's ask him about the city. Do you remember what Walsh was saying about the city last week? Nope. Oh, well, it was something about how living here used to be really nurturing if you were a writer getting started. Uh-huh. But now Walsh says it's too expensive here, and all the interesting parts of the city have been scrubbed away, and we're basically living in the magic kingdom of piss. You're worried about that? Well, not super worried. Yeah, I'm just sort of having a miniature crisis over it. Mara, she's wrong. There are things that Walsh is wrong about. I know, but what a convenient argument for Walshy that all the good shit happened in the city when she was young. I hadn't thought of it that way. This is the best place in America to be a writer, hands down. How do you know that? Because we're here, dingus. You like your classes, don't you? School's all well and good. I just figured by now I'd... Yeah? By now I would have made more connections, you know? Like with experienced writers, editors, publishing people. I hate to break it to you, but that's not a city problem. If you want to meet people, you better start talking to them. But it's scary. No, it isn't. Everyone loves talking, especially if it's a topic relevant to them. It flatters their intelligence. So I should talk to people only about their favorite subjects? How am I supposed to know what they like? You might have to guess now and then, but the more you talk to them, the more they'll let you know. I like how this conversation is also telling us how to play the game. What if I run out of things to talk about? New topic added. Then you'd better get yourself some more talking points. Here's a free one for you. Movies. You can't go wrong. Everyone has a favorite. Oh, that's great. I love it. Got it? I think so, but man, yes? This is why I became a writer, Daniel, so I wouldn't have to talk so much. Ah, well, your first novel is shaping up great. My what? You know, 10,000 Leagues Up My Ass. Hey! All right, let's ask Daniel about movies. Daniel Davis. Yes. You went to high school with him, but didn't interact for most of it. The summer between junior and senior year, you got up the nerve to ask him to platonically watch Spirited Away with you. You've been hanging out ever since. Definitely a good movie to watch together for the first time. He is a good friend in more ways than you can count for yourself. He asks about your interests, even when he doesn't share them. He reads your writing and he gives opinions that you trust. And he doesn't mind that you spend about half your week hanging out and crashing at his apartment. At least, he doesn't seem to. Actually, that's the main downside to your friendship with Daniel. You're often not sure how he's feeling. On occasion, you get the sense that he doesn't want you around and just won't say so. You've fallen into more than one spiral wondering what Daniel thinks of you. The thing is, every time you've had this crisis and put some space between you, he invites you out again. So are you just crazy? The data is inconclusive. Just catching up on chat here. Riz Mason says these are the smart-ass college kids who I thought downtown and Brooklyn were chock full of when I was a kid first reading Octopus Pie. That's great. By comics end, the facade fell away and their flaws were more relatable than their wit. Okay, so I was trying to ask Daniel about... Oh, I'm right-clicking. It's a left click and hold. Okay. Okay. Movies. We're seeing The Matrix Reloaded. Are we seeing The Matrix Reloaded or what? Oh, fuck yes, we are. Are you worried it won't live up to its name? That by its very nature, a sequel dilutes the power of the original? Nope. You? Not at all. Is he actually eating his eggs? Wait, can I talk to the eggs? I'm guessing that's just talking to him. Is there anything else we can look at in here? I guess we can't talk to her. Rosetta is in the fine art... Oh yeah, we read this. Okay, I should add the kitchen here. So I guess we have 2 rooms in this apartment, basically. Please try to talk to the eggs just in case. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Oops. I did right click again. Apparently that's really what my brain wants it to be. Okay, we're just talking to Daniel. I'm confident of that. Let's ask Daniel about Daniel, though. Not a trustworthy character, if you ask me. Cute, though. Okay, now that we're asking him questions, let's ask him about Mara. You're okay. Ouch. Okay. Oh, we can't look at this Godzilla. That's a shame. All right. No dial lag. Unfortunately, no. This curtain acts as a divider between the living area and an unknown number of bedrooms, each containing its own unknown number of curtains, subdividing an unknown number of beds. That's terrifying. We can't play GameCube, unfortunately. When did the GameCube come out? All right, we're heading out. Oh my gosh. It's a cool morning in the city, and you feel a moment's regret for not packing a jacket yesterday. Weird O'Malley's, Academy Diner, Express Pizza, the William Henry Harrison. So many exciting businesses. I love Weird O'Malley's. That's great. 2002 or 2001? Okay. I did already forget what I asked. But thanks. I'm trying to think of how to map this. I think I'm going to do this. I don't even know. I guess you can't see what I'm doing. Okay, I've done that. We're here now. GameCube, thank you. But you've committed to dressing for warm weather, and so your decision must stand. It's not like Mom is here to see the goosebumps on your arms. You exhale contentedly. You have just enough time for a quick leisurely walk before work. Oh God, we have to work. It's terrifying. Okay, so we can go in these places, but we can look at them. It's the entrance to the Academy Diner, so often used by you and Daniel. This door is all that separates you from the food, also the wood, I guess, fun and camaraderie of a night at Weird O'Malley's. An outdoor ashtray holds one of the dorm building's self-locking doors open. Oh, I see over here. Nice. You're mystified by this odd little man who is out hawking books on the street almost every day. Let's talk. Can we talk? Oh, it's scrolling. That's exciting. See something you like? Yeah, I like a lot of it. But I have no money right now, and when I do, it's usually for pizza. I know, I'm out here a lot. Well, the books aren't here to look pretty. Come back when you want to buy. Do you do trades? It would have to be a pretty interesting book, something I think I can sell. Like a mass market paperback? Harry Potter or The Lovely Bones? Kid, despite my schmuck appearance, I happen to have taste. With this bit of self-deprecation, your misgivings about the sidewalk book vendor melt away. Why would you stop at the big bookstores when you've got the real deal right here? My bad, sir. I collect all manner of books, magazines, and printed curios. Bring me something interesting, and you'll have your pick from my stash. Got it? Roger that. Roger whom? Oh, you know, Roger, the way astronauts sign off. Astronauts? You mean actors? You listen to Coast AM? Don't think so. Check it out sometime. Should give you some good information. I'm always on the lookout for that. Thanks. Okay, we have our first to-do item. Find a book for the book guy. So this is Station to Station's fishing minigame, finding books to trade with the street side moonlighting conspiracy theorists. We can only hope. Who's this? You met Theo last fall at orientation and have been hanging out ever since. He's in his early 20s, having attended at least one college before landing at SUCS as your schoolmate. What is SUCS? Like, what does it stand for? Theo and you share a neurotic quality that feels uniquely Jewish to you. While you appreciate this about him, it manifests in ways that are vexing. For instance, instead of disappearing into the darkest center of himself, Theo externalizes his disquiet into nouveau causes and unbearable public performances. For this and other reasons, you wouldn't call Theo one of your closest friends, but he's one you feel most comfortable glomming onto when you have nothing else going on, and that has to count for something, right? That man thinks the space program is fake. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so We can't talk. We can't do the like talking interface to either of these people. Oh, right. We can talk to ourselves. Let's try that. Let's see what we think about ourselves. Hate that bitch. Fair. Daniel Davis. Daniel's a good friend. I can be myself around him, I think. The city. The city is incredible, but is it really the place I belong? Or am I just locked into the commitment I've made? Movies. The most recent movie I've watched is Requiem for a Dream. Someone on Terrible Talk recommended watching the final act alone in the dark with my headphones on. Why I followed this advice without an ounce of suspicion is a great fucking mystery for the ages. Isn't Coast to Coast the conspiracy theory radio show? I do not know. Hello, Ribbons of Distinction. Good to see you. Oh no, indeed. Okay, let's see how much we can scroll here. Double Take. Double Take Thrift is a secondhand store that sells, from what you can tell, a lot of dusty old antiques for way too much money. But you always make a point to stop in, just in case something made after 1980 shows up. The last thing you purchased in this store was an unreasonably heavy, but cheap, Betamax player, which you excitedly dragged home on the train. You then proceeded to find 3 surviving tapes in Mom's storage locker. One washed-out family camcorder video, a 6-hour compilation of network TV Christmas specials, and a pirated recording of Disney's Robin Hood, 1973, with Macrovision copy protection that you happily struggled through once upon a time. Oh, Macrovision. Oh, a nice bicycle. So this, I guess, is our school. This entrance takes you through the lobby of the 419 East SUCS building. 6-7 says, when I stop paying attention and am tired, I will always wonder why the VA for Mara sounds like a robot spacer. That's a really good question. A questionable casting decision, honestly. Like when I wondered why Paimon sounded like 2B. Ah, the city, or as it is often called, the big city. This is the neighborhood where you almost exclusively hang out. It has everything you could ever need, from food and friends to great cultural experiences. Just try and find a better part of town. Not that you've tried. Coming from perfect tides in the mainland, the transit system still intimidates you, and you're pretty sure you've barely scratched the surface of what these few blocks really have to offer. The city is unlike anything you've ever seen. The people are open and direct, which you find familiar enough, but they're also completely unconcerned with your business. Back when you spent all your time on the internet, you longed for a physical world in which to move around invisibly. The city has provided. Here, at last, you can truly disappear into your pursuits. It's too bad living here is virtually unthinkable. Mom can't afford it, and it'll be years before you can imagine selling your first novel, let alone writing for a literary journal or the local alt weekly. Until then, you are a visitor, relying on the generosity of friends with non-moldy couches. I was trying to click on this guy, but I guess I missed. Dear demo user, eventually you will be able to look at this person, just not today. Thank you. That's great to know. I'm trying to read this sign here. Oh, I thought that said the king. I thought it said the rings men, but I think it's probably the king's men? Coffee and books. I think that makes more sense. The King's Men is a small and chaotic book coffee shop hybrid. You rarely buy anything here, instead getting your coffee from the school library break room. At night, the shop occasionally functions as an event space. You have never attended any of these functions, being ever intimidated by a small, crowded room and the prospect of being in someone's way. Okay, I assume we can go in some of these places, but I want to, explore the whole street first. Rainbows. Pierogies. Rainbows, the city's Ukrainian mainstay, is a premium dining experience, one that you often crave and can rarely afford. The last time you ate here was during orientation week, when Mom took you out for a concerned, question-filled lunch, and you ate enough pierogies, in Mom's words, to choke a horse. That sounds great. Eden Cinema, phone booth and anger management, and also holes. The glass doors lead into the movie theater lobby. The Eden is one of the few theaters in the city that hasn't been absorbed by a larger multiplex chain. It's also a lousy theater. It's dingy little screening rooms built next to a subway tunnel whose activity rattles the whole place every 5 to 10 minutes. Wonderful. Oops, I missed a screen. Nonetheless, you see everything here. You spent years dreaming of an easily accessible movie theater and the freedom to see whatever struck your fancy. It is undeniably some kind of paradise. Oh, did we finally reach the end of the street? Okay. So we clearly need to add quite a bit more to this. Let's see, we got 1 screen's worth. 2 screens worth. Okay. I think we'll make it about that long. This map is going to be a disaster by the time we're done, but that's okay. Subway. Tight skin without surgery. Wonderful. You often wonder what Dr. Z could do for you and your skin, which has certainly improved since puberty, but would never be described as prize-winning. This cavernous doorway leads underground to the transit station. From here, you can ride the regional rail to the mainland, and even, if you're brave enough, the citywide subway. Even if you were old enough to enter spirits and wine beer, you'd be massively intimidated by the cramped layout, bulletproof glass protection around the register, and the fact that selections must be vocalized to the cashier. You'd much rather lay your items on the table and mutter. Papaya hog? In the timeline of your pot smoking... If the timeline of your pot smoking can be described as a career, Papaya Hog was your first big break. Okay. Even now, the integrity of this oil-soaked snack stand brings a tear to your eye. They have never been closed. They are never out of mazza sticks. The staff have never looked to you in your swollen red eyes. Papaya Hog is here for you. Asterisk. Papaya Hog is not here for the delayed consequences of your purchase. There are no refunds. Res Mason says New York City's Papaya Dog is a hot dog place with this milky papaya slush in a cup, or pineapple if you want to switch things up. They're all over the place, or were. Fascinating. Perhaps potentially important context. I have never been to New York City. Not even briefly, I don't think. I've been to the state of New York, well outside of New York City. Even you would have trouble justifying a 4-piece mozzarella sticks and an orange beverage from Papaya Hog before noon. Okay. At the end of the block sits Patchwork Barbara's, a supposedly legendary concert venue that you've yet to explore. Seeing as most of the shows you'd like to attend are either 21 plus, over $35 for a ticket, or sold out upon announcement, you've all but given up on a good time here. Bummer. Oh, it's the end of the street, but we can keep going? Interesting. I kind of forgot, I forgot what the last guidance we were given. We were told we had a little bit of time before we had to get to work. I don't know where we work, how to get there, or how much time we have, but I guess we'll figure it out. We have a place here called Chiba Hut where the entire menu is stoner food. All right, let's see what's over this way. Oh, this is exciting. 420. The pavement here is badly cracked, having endured decades of heavy foot traffic, flooding, and bouncing basketballs. to label this screen. A massive cat excavator sits idle among the rubble. It appears to be digging out the basement for some new construction. You found these logs are not bad for sitting. They've been smoothed down to perfection by heavy use over the years. When they're not covered in abandoned takeout containers, they can be a relaxing place to sit. The door is locked. Patchwork Barbara's is closed during the day. I guess now we'll go down the street and try each business as we go. Unlike the entrance to Daniel's building, this door's lock actually works. You can't get in unless you know someone inside. Okay. Mara, can't you see the 21 plus sign in the liquor store window? Just how capable of a liar do you think you are? We'll skip the subway, so that's obviously taking us somewhere else. Weird O'Malley's is closed during the day. Dang. Besides, you're not old enough to drink, nor do you have a fake ID. The odds are stacked against you, Mara. Damn, we can't go in Weird O'Malley's? It's not often when you can manage the cost of an Academy diner all-day breakfast on your own. You tend to eat here in the company of friends who don't mind sharing their plate. Not that you wouldn't love to eat pizza for breakfast, nor would Express Pizza, in their mercenary disposition, hesitate to sell you a slice, but you've already eaten this morning. That's true, we did have some eggs. Confetti eggs. I honestly didn't expect to be able to go in here. Oh. It says SUCS. This is the hotel, though, right? I'm so confused. Package pickup. Let's talk to this guy. Well... Okay, we are talking. We're just not questioning. Hi, what do you need? Long shift, huh? What do you need? Can I use the elevator? Are you a resident of the student dorms with a photo ID? No. Non-residents cannot enter the building unless they're on the guest list of a resident. Guest list, I see. Anything else? No, you've been very helpful. Sorry for everything. I kind of wonder if we need to get on the guest list, so I'm going to write it down. With 2 question marks. But it's an old hotel turned into student housing. Yes, you are familiar with that situation, and it does seem to be. Sorry for everything. Yeah, it's a good way to end a conversation, honestly. What happens if we try to go in the elevator anyway? What are you doing? Huh? Are you a resident? Of this building, you mean? No, of Mars. Yes, the building. Technically, no. Then you're not allowed up there. You don't even want to hear what I mean by technically? What do you mean by it? No trespassers allowed. Residents and their guests only. Good effort. Unsecret Crush says, this looks like a much nicer hotel than my student housing used to be, lol. Yeah, it's very fancy looking. Some students you don't know are hanging out in the dorm lobby. You're very fond of the intricate panels lining the lobby wall. They're definitely part of a series of decisions that took place before hundreds of college students moved in. A custom SUCS logo rug. Very nice. Or at least more historical than an old Motel 6. Was it a Motel 6? Package deliveries are held for residents at this desk, one of the many features of dorm life that fill you with envy. What's on the ground here? Any good trash? The security desk is where all ID inspections, guest check-ins, and package deliveries are managed. It is almost always occupied by a guard. Oh, that was different. Okay, the floor tiles appear to be one of the lobby's most recent additions. Though they fit the decor, they are plain and functional and bear a shiny, near-reflective finish. Let's see, where did we come out? Was it... Okay, I think it was this. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out where to put the hotel in this map. Enziger Crush says, it has since been demolished and replaced with a high-rise, which they cram 3 to 4 students into a room. All right, let's keep going. Double take. Can we go in double take? The door to the thrift store is locked. They must not be open yet. I think this is one we'll skip also. We'll try all the things we probably can't go into before we try the things we can probably go into. Is this one? The SUCS acronym is eluding me. State University something something? Yeah. You're not actually sure how to enter this building. You suspect there may be an entrance around the side and through the alleyway, but without prior experience walking in, you feel like too much of a fool to try. That's great. 67 says, I remember learning that the freshman dorm I was in at RPI was emergency World War II housing. Oh, wow. Let's go get some pierogies. Tempting as it may be, even the lunch special at Rainbow's is too pricey for everyday consumption. You may need to wait for a special occasion on someone else's dime. See a movie? There are no movies playing at this early hour. You'll have to come back later. Okay, and we can't go further right. Okay. Let's try going into the SUCS building. Maybe we'll learn what it stands for. I keep worrying that I accidentally skipped an introduction when I pressed return, and that maybe we would know what that stands for and also have some other important context. You still have a few minutes to walk around before the library opens. Better take advantage of it while you can. Okay. Oh, we work at the library. Okay. Where else could we go? I guess we can check out the subway. I assume we don't want to go anywhere on the subway. Oh, you have no reason to get on the train right now. Everything you need for the day is right in this neighborhood. Ain't city life great? It is pretty great. Let's see. I guess we'll review again. It's possible we missed something in the apartment. Maybe there's a book we can find in there and trade. Oh, did we ever click on Theo? Hey, Theo. Fish! What up, homegirl? That's a great nickname for Mara Whitefish. Theo has addressed you with the same years-long familiarity ever since you first met him at freshman orientation. At first, it was a comfort to your anxiety about making friends at school. These days, his airs are odd at best and frequently tiresome. Still, Theo is mostly a welcome sight. He's easygoing, available to hang out on short notice, and crucially well-connected. On my way to the library. Oh yeah? You work there, right? How is it? Pretty easy. I get a lot of time to write. Damn, I need a job like that. I have no good place to write, and it's killing me. I just want to pause for a second. I love the portrait art in this, and Meredith Gran was posting on the Perfect Heights Discord a little bit about having some difficulty nailing the style. She started at much higher resolution and then scaled it down and then cleaned it up from there, which was really interesting. That's a thing I've been kind of playing around with recently, doing pixel art, and I've found very helpful if you're struggling to get the details right at a lower resolution. But man, it looks great. I feel like there's the first game looked fantastic, but this is even better. Privately, you think Theo's writing needs more than a better place to be written, but you're not in the middle of a critique, so you'll keep that to yourself. Let me know if you quit that position, okay? I'm never quitting, dude. Gonna work there all summer. You're killing me, Fish. So, doing anything fun this weekend? Actually, Theo noticeably lowers his voice, taking a conspiratorial tone. This in turn causes a pooling in the floor of your mouth for a Pavlovian response to an invitation for fun. We're having a party here tonight. At the dorm? What about the RAs? We may have greased a few palms. Sick. Can I come then? You'd better. Come by any time after sundown. Just tell the security guard you're my guest, and he'll let you up. Got it. Make sure you give them my full name. You know it, right? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, we absolutely do not, and there's no way we can ask. Of course. Great. See you tonight, fish. Okay, you don't know Theo's full name. You might want to figure that one out before the party. Before the party, Miss Marple. Theo something. Oh, at least we've accomplished one thing and found a new task in the process. Theo something. Catch up on chat here. Val says you must watch Phone Booth. Interesting. I missed if that was like connected to something happening in the game. Cosmic Void, great to see you. I hope you're doing well. Oh no, this shout out is out of date. But that's okay. Twilight Oracle is now available. That is a link to the Kickstarter page. But y'all should definitely check out. I have not had a chance to play it, but I'm very excited to. I'm hoping to get to it soon. I got a lot of games to play. But I hope the launch has been going well, and it's great to see you. Mara, he was giving you an opening to ask. You think? I feel like... I mean, you're not wrong, but like, I feel like he would have been let down if she said no. He would have been very disappointed. Like, they've known each other for a long time at this point, and you know, he's always acting very familiar. Like, we've been given enough about this friendship, I think, to be confident he would be hurt by that. So I can definitely relate to saying no, or yes, I do know your last name, and then finding it out some other way. Cosmic Voice says, let me know if you play it. I'll try and be there. I honestly, I haven't decided if I want to stream it or just enjoy it for myself. I might just enjoy it for myself. But if I do play it on stream, I will let you know. Eden Waith, good to see you. Is Buzz Lightyear hiding underneath one of those traffic cones? Could be. It would have been reasonable to say I forgot part of it. Maybe he doesn't know her full name either. Yeah. Well, I mean, he knows it ends in fish, so he probably knows the whole name. How are we going to figure that out? Maybe the other students in here, or maybe one of the other people that were in Daniel's apartment. We can now ask questions to him. Okay, we read this already. I was trying to do the... once again, I right-clicked. Okay. Let's go through all the options, I think. Let's start with the most awkward thing. Let's ask him what he thinks about me. You're one of my favorite classmates. For real? Yeah, I always love when you voice your opinion. Give me something to think about. I feel like I say the stupidest things in class. If by stupid you mean brave, then yeah, you really go for it, Fish. Wow, thanks. You're not totally sure you can believe Theo. He tends to be quick with a compliment, and his kindest words bring up an ever-sneaking suspicion that he would like to date you. Still, you can't help but grab onto the suggestion that other people like to hear your opinions. Where, but Theo, can you rely on such information? Daniel. Oh, I like Daniel's writing. He's got talent, but... I don't know. Come on. He's kind of arrogant, don't you think? The way he talks in class? I don't think that's arrogance. He has taste, and he's opinionated. So am I. You're not arrogant, Fish. You're perfectly humble. Aw, no I'm not. Forget I said anything about Daniel. Really, I like him. I didn't mean to sound like I didn't. It's fine, dude. I asked. No, I'm running my mouth too much. I need to conduct myself more professionally. Well, when I'm a professional, I'll be sure to show my disapproval. All right. Let's ask him about himself. Did you want to know something about me? Or have you just forgotten my name? Haha. Okay. The city. You're from the West Coast, right? What do you think of the city? Oh, I like a lot of the stuff here, but... What? But you East Coasters, you're all so impatient. Impatient for what? For you to finish your sentences? Just spit it out, dude. Come on, I gotta run. No, that's exactly what I would have said, eventually, in softer words. Sounds unbearable. Yeah, it's probably best if you keep living here. You know, this has been helpful. Thank you, Theo. Something. Oh, I'm glad. It's always nice when... Your mind has already wandered through 10 other landscapes by the time Theo finishes talking. Who knows what this guy's all about? Play some Snake on your Nokia phone. I wish. I don't think we can... I think we just have topics on here, unfortunately. Maybe in the full game. Okay, let's ask about movies. Baltimore! One moment, please. You know what movie I just saw for the first time? What? And this isn't a recommendation, necessarily. What movie? Because it's honestly more fucked up than you'd think. What's the movie? But, like, in a beautiful way. American Beauty. That's the movie I was thinking of also. What? How did you know? The conversation was getting kind of plastic baggy. It really was. Well, I guess I can't surprise you, Mara. You got the makings of a film critic. This will be the high point of my day. It's all downhill from here. Hello, Baltimore. Great to see you. Thank you so much for coming by. I hope, did you complete Gabriel Knight's first adventure in its 20th anniversary glory? I hope you were successful. I was watching a bit earlier while we were eating dinner. Finished it. Nice. Congrats. What'd you think of it? Are you going to play the other two games? Okay, I think we're done with questions for Theo. So let's see. We don't necessarily need to figure out Theo something's last name before we go to work, but I feel like when it's time to go to work, the game's probably gonna, give us some dialogue to suggest that. So let's see if we can figure it out. Let's start with the hotel, I guess. It was good, better than expected. Nice. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I have not played the 20th anniversary version, despite having backed the Kickstarter for it. But I like the original a lot. And it seems like they did a pretty nice job of modernizing it, but still retaining as much of the original good stuff as they could. Did Gabriel ever manage to comb his hair? I don't think he ever does. Hello, Afton. Good to see you. It has been great so far. You have not missed a lot. We're kind of just getting started. We woke up, made some eggs, came out on the street, and we've been wandering around the street for half an hour looking at all the businesses. We just talked to Theo, who told us about a party that's going to be in the hotel that's been converted to dorms here. We lied and said that we knew Theo's full name, but we absolutely do not. So we're doing our best to sleuth that out, and soon we'll need to go to work in the library. That's pretty much all that's happened so far. You don't want to talk to these kids lest you give away to the whole room that you don't actually belong here. Okay. So let's go back and talk to the folks in in Daniel's apartment, rather. Hopefully Daniel, or I keep forgetting her name. It's R.O. Rosetta. Okay, Rosetta. Rosetta takes a moment to realize you're speaking to her, even though you've addressed her by name. Oh, hi, Mara. Did I wake you walking through? No, I don't even hear you moving when I'm awake. What'd you guys get up to last night? Once again, Rosetta doesn't seem to realize you're speaking to her. Ro? Oh, my friend had this gallery show in the village. We were at that, and then the after party, and then her friend's loft. Wow, sounds fun. You're once again jealous of Rosetta's social life, a life which seems so much richer, both culturally and materially, than your own. How is a small, winsome girl from the mainland so well connected? You mentally hum a few verses of the same old song about how you've chosen the wrong major, attended the wrong classes, bought the wrong sneakers, and bathed with the wrong 2-in-1 shampoo plus conditioner. It was all right. I really wanted to be home earlier, working on my own piece. What meat product are you splattering against the wall this time? That's funny, Daniel. Have you given your soul to the nearest media conglomerate yet? Painting sounds fun. I wish I was any good at it. You should try it then. Remind me and I'll lend you some supplies. What you'd really like is an invitation to one of those loft parties without having to learn how to paint. Sure, thanks. I will ruminate on that. Nice. Rosetta Welch has been added. So I just realized I didn't do a good introduction for the Raiders. We are playing Perfect Tides Station to Station demo, which will be released for anyone to play on Tuesday the 13th, just 4 days from now. A handful of streamers got a little bit of an early look at it, and I was one of them. So I'm very excited to be playing this. And like I said, you haven't missed a whole lot. I really enjoyed the first game, and this one looks to be just as good. There's a fun new mechanic where we have a list of people and topics on our phone. Right now we're trying to figure out Theo's last name. So let's see if Daniel can tell us anything. Theo's a small doses friend for me. I fill up pretty quick, if you know what I mean. Do you know his last name? I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it's De Janeiro. I don't think that's right. Great, thanks. I'm kidding. Oh. You're so easy sometimes. Can we ask him again, or is he just going to give the same joke response? Okay, yes. I thought I'd try. Let's ask Daniel about Rosetta. Rosetta's great. What's not to like? You can be honest, Daniel. Pretend I'm not here. Look, admittedly, I don't know much about girls, but see, Ro, you're already scoffing over there. But what? But if I've learned anything from living closely with them, it's that, quote, you can be honest is a dirty lie. I like when guys are honest. Me too. You're both in cahoots. How come when a majority of women agree on something, it's a conspiracy, Daniel? Yeah, how come? I didn't ask for this. You broads have fun. Oh, we can't ask Rosetta questions? I guess she's too busy. You don't want to bother Rosetta anymore while she's getting ready for what you imagine is a much more fun and interesting day than your own. Can we think really hard about what Theo's last name is? I can't, for the life of me, remember his last name. Could it be written down somewhere? Oh! I hadn't thought of that. Where? Why does the world make more sense to Ro than it does to me? What club is she part of that I don't know about? I'm just trying to think of, let's do another save. I'm sure it doesn't matter, but I've been conditioned to save frequently in adventure games, so. Maple Mystery, hello, great to see you. Jabberwocky, great to see you as well. Thank you for all the suggestions. Theo Huxtable, Theo Luddite, Theophany, Theocracy, Theodore, all good suggestions. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, the UI is great. Maple Mystery, I have to say, I'm disappointed in all the Cosmo body shaming, but I am glad you were finally able to enjoy the game. It was very funny. Also, I enjoyed what I caught of the interview with Cosmic Void. That was great. Okay, what's this note here? You see nothing in the fridge that belongs to you. The outside of the fridge in Daniel's kitchen is plastered with ancient memos, outdated coupons, and long-forgotten business cards. It seems the roommate who maintained these artifacts has been gone for a while. So, no luck? Can we examine them all further? No. He's still eating his eggs, huh? You gotta mouse around carefully here. Huh. There's a dinosaur here, but then what? Is this a wizard? It looks like a wizard. I think we read this text already. Yeah. What's this note? Another note I can't look at. Oh, maybe one of the packages is for Theo. Let's try that. I don't think we can go back here. Yeah. So I feel pretty sure that we've checked out everything in the apartment here. Time to play some GameCube. I wish. Is that a little Godzilla behind Daniel? Yeah, it certainly looks like it. Unfortunately, we can't examine it. I assume we can't. Yeah, this is the same dialogue. So we can't talk to him anymore. Okay. Oops. No luck. Maybe this isn't something we need to find out right now. I'm going to try going into the building where we work. Yeah, I just had the idea that it might be on a package, but I can't find anything to look at that gives me anything other than a generic description. I did have the idea that I haven't been to a library in so long, but in the olden days, I don't know if this is still the practice, but like you would sign out a library book and like write your name on a card, right? So maybe that's a way we could find out his name. Like, I'm sure they still did that in 2003 at least. God, when was the last time I was at a library? A long time ago. Double Take is a great name for a secondhand store. No one does the details like Gran. Yeah, it's very good. All right. This entrance takes you through the lobby of the 419 East SUCS building. Can we go in? It's Adam. Hi, sweetie. Hi, Adam. What's up? Just thinking about you. Aw, I was just thinking about you. Were we? In truth, you were thinking about the paper you need to finish before work. But you thought about Adam when you saw his name on the phone screen, so it's not a total lie. You would never totally lie to him. Are you already in the city? Yeah, I had to get here early. You decided a while back that it would be best if Adam didn't know about your habitual crashes at Daniel's apartment. It's just so much paperwork. Adam always wants to know where you are and who you're with, and male friends require even further clarification. This is an unfortunate consequence of the distance between you and Adam. It sometimes feels as if you spend more time explaining the beats of your day than having real conversations. On my way to work, then class. Yeah? Should we talk after class then? No, it's fine. I think I might be going to like a party thing later. Yeah, a party? Yeah, like a party thing. With who? Oh, just some school friends. Just like a few people at the dorms. Oh, okay. When do you want to talk then? I've got a few minutes if you want to talk now. Is there something specific? No, I just wanted to talk. I just missed you. I miss you too. What did you do last night? Nothing. Saw the guys. Cool. You sense that Adam is starting to brood. Well, I love you. I love you too. I could try to call on my lunch break. No, I don't want to be in a rush. We'll talk when we can talk. You didn't think you were rushing Adam, but it's true that you have a busy day ahead of you. An ever-shifting schedule of school, work, and commute leave little room for the long, languid calls you used to have. I'm really sorry, Adam. It's okay. Don't worry, sweetie. I understand. Okay. I love you. I love you too. Bye. Now it's definitely time for work. You'd better get over to the SUCS building. We're right next to it, so that's great. Adam Lee. Okay. Girl dump him. Yeah, a little concerned there. On Secret Crushes. Now I can't remember how my college library worked. Yeah, locked bike with stolen wheels. Very sad. All right. Just taking in the art. Okay. SUC. It took me this long to realize that SUCS is basically sucks, which I'm sure is something some number of people that go there call it. Okay, lost and found. Oh, you take a look at the current offerings on the free cart. In general, these books don't tend to pique your interest. They're too boring for the library after all. You're surprised when one particular cover catches your eye. You vaguely remember the author's name from a lecture in anthropology last fall. The essential something. Not to be confused with a lecture in anthropology last fall, where you submitted a 2-page resume that named all of your written works and was bound by a creased corner. After a quick sweeping with your hand, which only serves to spread the grime to your body, you open it and read. Institutions, even those established originally with the object of securing equality, peace, and mutual aid, in the course of time become petrified, lose their original meaning, come under the control of the ruling minority, and become a constraint upon the individual in his endeavors for further development. Anarchism owes its origin to the constructive, creative activity of the people, by which all institutions of communal life were developed in the past, and to a protest, a revolt against the external force which had thrust itself upon these institutions, the aim of this protest being to give new scope to the creative activity of the people, that it might work out the necessary institutions with fresh vigor. Well, this is surprisingly interesting. You never know what topics will grab you, especially when you're avoiding work. Unfortunately, your brief handling of the book causes it to crumble to dust, leaving you with only the sparse knowledge you've already collected. Oh well, you'd better get to work anyway. That was a great animation. Rip to that book. We've added anarchism to our topics, though. Until it crumbled to dust, I thought that might be a book we could trade with Book Guy. Maple Mystery says, for the record, I didn't body shame Cosmo. I never commented on his body beyond not wanting to see it naked. I'm not sure that's true. You definitely you had some comments about his measles, which are, I'm pretty sure, part of his natural skin tone. I feel like there were other things, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't like his face. Okay. I have no further comments. It reminds me of a kappa, an evil Japanese water demon. Yeah, I saw that part of your presentation. It was a very good presentation. I said that wasn't fair, and bet that's part of his natural complexion. Okay. Understood. Thank you for clarifying. The school's lost and found box is rarely cleaned out, and its offerings are rarely claimed. Once in a while, after a grace period, because you are so decent, you help yourself to its contents. Is that time now? There's nothing of interest in the lost and found box right now. Okay. This cart offers free books that are no longer circulating in the school library. At the moment, nothing here is catching your eye. Second floor of the 419 East building is dedicated to all manner of SUCS-related facilities. This includes classrooms, administrative offices, and the school library where you work. The rest of the building is dedicated to especially medical offices and luxury apartments. Just trying to see if we can look at any of these notes. Oh, that was something different. You check this bulletin board eagerly for the first few weeks of school, hoping to find fun events, freelance opportunities, and practical resources. Unfortunately, it's mostly used to promote boring-looking student exhibitions, off-campus rooms for rent at astronomical prices, and random clippings from the magazine Adbusters. Very exciting. Can we have a drink of water? No. Okay, so we can go up, or... We came up from down here, right? Let's go out here. Oh, this is the library. Okay. Wait, I want to explore first. Oh, the next floor up is actually an entirely different building, full of medical experts and state-of-the-art imaging equipment. You have no business up there. For now. Looks like there's a class going on there, and it's not one of yours. Okay. Back to the library, then. Okay. It's your boss, Jana Schwartz. She's the senior librarian at the SUCS Student Center. You report to her at the start of every workday. Jana is kind, soft-spoken, and shockingly patient. She encourages you to work on your own writing in your free time, and has fielded more than one of your last-minute sick days with credulity and concern. This year, you are trying hard not to disappoint her. This is a circulation desk where checkouts and returns are managed. VHS. What a great sign. The school library boasts a modest collection of VHS, pared down considerably from its former greatness. The plan is for every title to eventually be available, more permanently, on DVD. Given how bulky and low-fidelity cassette tapes are, you support the initiative for an all-digital archive. Still, you've noticed some lost or damaged cassettes falling through the cracks of the upgrade process. Feel awful for not knowing the name of this guy who's worked behind the circulation desk for months. He certainly knows yours. So Mara's not great with names. Brittany has been working in this library for years. When you met her during a school tour, she was still a student herself. Since graduating and taking on a library position full-time, she's much more passionate about her job and libraries in general. You'd love to share her enthusiasm, but your work-study hourly wage isn't exactly conducive to that. Shares are new, uncomfortable, and rarely used by library patrons. You suspect the school added them as a colorful showpiece for their campus tours. This girl is frequently at the library, poring over the shelves. You have occasionally helped her with an out-of-reach volume, a comical sight considering she's at least half a foot taller than you. Interesting. All right. Let's check in, I guess. Mara, good morning. Hi, Jenna. You'll be happy to know I had a good night's sleep. Thank goodness for that. You know, you need more sleep than you think you need. I know. How can you know that when you think you know how much you need? I'm already mentally inflating what I think I need. Well, you need more than that. That's just not possible. I'm afraid I've got quite a stack for you today. We're cleaning house for the spring on top of giving campus tours all weekend. Ah. This is bad news. The morning downtime is one of your $8 an hour job's greatest perks. You're needed so infrequently that you've grown to depend on it. You'd planned to finish writing your paper for Walsh's class this morning. A large cataloging job will tie you up for hours, making a seamless jump from work to the classroom impossible. Come over here. I'll show you the damage. This is only the first cart. I've got more in the back. When's the last time these books saw the light? Shouldn't we be getting rid of them? They're all pretty old, it's true. I pulled a lot of them for donation, but most of these books are still germane to our programming. I'll be by the entrance if you have any questions. Thanks, Mara. You know logically, and at least somewhat in practice, that you shouldn't be repelled by ancient texts. You're here to study the classics after all. Still, there is something viscerally dull about dusty old books. As objects, they stir nothing in you. They can't compete with the potency of the now. Even the most mundane new works can invoke the flutter of life, while these objects sit dead, inert, a reminder of decay. Yorn of Jana would accept any reasonable excuse to beg off from this assignment. It would have to be a pretty good one. Jana Schwartz. New person added. Yeah, I also can't relate. I'm a big fan of old books. I don't know. There's something more interesting about them than new books to me. Sorting minigame, I wonder. I like this little sign here. It seems to be a witch riding on a broomstick. I'm curious what this is. You've been fond of this library ever since you toured SUCS in high school, and you found the space to be bright, lively, and extensive. That enthusiasm has inevitably dulled since you started working here, but occasionally some new corner, some hidden away collection still lights that familiar spark. The permanent non-student staff at the library are kind to you and often try to pick your brain about what the other students want. You've yet to give them much useful feedback. Oh, that one did have a description. The library boasts many employee-made signs, each explaining the rules of the computer lab in a hip, fun way with which the youth can jive. I also like this sign that just says, shh. Puzzle says, especially because modern book covers break my heart because they're all about minimalism these days. Yeah. Definitely a lot of modern book covers are lacking in appeal. Man, this dragon. Also, this book is great. This journal is published by the school itself and is meant to highlight the visual, written, and performing works of its graduating class of 2002. You and the rest of the school will get around to looking at it eventually. This is a collection of popular fantasy titles. Prominently featured is Neil Gaiman's dark fantasy Coraline and Aragon by Christopher Paolini. The latter was famously written when the author was still in high school. The sight of this book makes you debilitatingly anxious, confirming your worst fear that your time as a writer has already come and gone. You'd prefer to pretend it doesn't exist. For some reason, every time I tried to say it, it just came out in a way that was different than what I was intending. This looks like an iMac over here, which is great. The soft, clean carpets of the library are very effective at absorbing noise, so much so, in fact, that exiting to the hallway can be orally traumatic. You spent much of the school year at this computer and now consider it a choice spot to work on your writing. I just remembered that I've seen a screenshot of her using a computer that looks like this. Make no mistake, you still waste plenty of hours on here messaging, falling down mind-numbing internet rabbit holes, and browsing risky forums where horrible images can pop up at a moment's notice. Your pronunciation was nearly debilitated itself. It certainly was. This guy is always studying in the library. At closing time, the surprisingly intimate final stretch of your late shifts, he's frequently the last patron to leave. A more single, more desperate Mara would probably have tried to learn about him by now, but since your heart belongs to Adam, his pondersome face and unhurried perusal barely register. Owing to their access to a large flatbed scanner, this row of computers is almost always occupied. Okay, can we use this computer now? You can't very well sit down to write now that you've been given a job assignment. Your school and internet time will have to wait. Okay. You really don't want to sort these books. There must be some way to convince Jana they don't need to be sorted today. Okay, let's think about Jana. Will that help? Let's think about Adam first. Adam and I have been dating for almost a year now. I haven't been able to visit him since winter break. The distance really makes things difficult. It's a lot of the reason we fight, actually. If we could be closer, we'd be able to work things out more easily. But I have school, and neither of us can afford to move, so our sporadic visits will have to do for now. I know if we love each other enough, we can be patient. I hate disappointing Jana, but sometimes my life demands it. What can I say? So we need an excuse. Some way to convince Jana that they don't need to be sorted today. This shelf is for non-fiction texts. It covers everything from world history to contemporary design theory. Barring shelving work and specific class requirements, you don't spend much time looking at these books. You scan the volumes of dusty old books you've been tasked with organizing. There is absolutely nothing of interest here. It will easily take you the whole morning to shelve these books. It's clear to you that this is a waste of time. If only you could convince Jana of that. The shelf is for works of literary fiction. While it rarely contains anything new, it is a rich source of classics you're ashamed to have not read by now. This shelf is specifically for the work of current students and celebrated alumni. The gulf between the two is noticeably vast. Is there anyone else we could talk to? You do not wish to fraternize with the patrons. You take your position here quite seriously. Besides, you're pretty sure you saw some nude photos of this girl by accident once, and those would somehow be the first words out of your idiot mouth if you ever spoke to her. Hi, Brittany. Morning, Mara. What are you up to today? Oh, some really stimulating library work, I'm sure. It's true. These are exciting times. We've been cleaning house here. You feel guilty for being sarcastic when Brittany so clearly means it. Have you checked out the free book cart by the entrance? I added a bunch of stuff this morning. Yeah, I actually found something cool in there. Awesome. Which book did you find? I don't remember the title. It was interesting, though, and it crumbled in my hands after I opened it. that doesn't really narrow it down. Well, I'm tasked with carrying its knowledge now. Wonderful news. Keep it safe. What's up? Not much. Doing fine. Great. Let me know when you're done sorting those books. I will. If you want to avoid sorting the aforementioned books, you'll have to suggest an alternative to Jana. She'll expect you to do your job otherwise. I don't know how to accomplish this. Let's talk about anarchism. So I actually had an idea. Yes? About sorting the books, I mean. Oh, how exciting. I'm always asking student workers to bring me their ideas, but none of them ever do. I would love to hear what you have in mind. Thank you. So, how do you want the books to be cataloged? The thing is, I don't. I love this art. And I got the idea straight from the library itself, from the works of Peter Kropotkin. Peter Kropotkin, the anarchist? Ah, so you've read him. It's been a long time, I'll admit, but what does this have to do with the library? Jenna, let me ask you something. Say you're at a dinner party with a big group of people. Okay. When the meal is over and it's time to clean up, do you instinctively help gather up the dishes? Why, sure. Then you may already be an anarchist. It's intrinsic in all of us, you see, to contribute to society free of hierarchical bounds. Is the alphabet a hierarchical bound? I mean, sure, it helps people find a book, but does it help them find a book? There are hundreds of fascinating works on these shelves, each collecting dust in their appointed place. Books just waiting to blow some student's mind. I'll agree with you there, but it's up to the librarian to guide them to the right book. Again with the hierarchies, students are perfectly capable of motivating themselves to learn. In the wake of this declaration, something appears to shift behind Jana's eyes. It's as if some previously dormant sentiment, some forgotten dream, has been reignited. Well, Mara, if you have an alternative in mind, I suppose we don't need to sort those books. Great, thanks, Jana. I won't take up any more of your time. You'll bring me your proposal then, I trust? Your plan for restructuring the main stacks. I imagine you're looking for a self-managed approach. Yes. Great. Well, why don't you get started on that while the library is still quiet? We will have to deal with the book soon, of course. Can you present it to me tomorrow? Sure thing. Perfect. That should be plenty of time to organize what you've obviously considered so thoroughly already. Should be. Great, thanks, Mara. Glad to see you taking the initiative like this. What on earth have you gotten yourself into? This is going to be way more work than sorting those books would have been. Your stomach churns with the thought of letting Jana down with such a cheap scheme. You're going to have to see this through, somehow. Oh, wow. Your boss, Jana, has asked you to submit a proposal for an anarchist-themed reimagining of the library stacks. This is entirely your fault. Okay, so we've got a whole new interface here of, like, I guess, things we need to accomplish. Due one day, status not written. Well, you are in school, after all. It was just a matter of time before you get an assignment, right? All of your writing projects will appear here, along with all the information you'll need to submit them. You can access this menu anytime by clicking the notebook in the icon bar. Aha. Oh, there's still an icon missing. That's exciting. More on this later when it's time to write. For now, it'll be pushed into the jumble at the back of your mind where all non-urgent matters go. Anyway, it seems you have the morning free. You can finally get online and prepare your schoolwork in no particular order. Now I'm going to write this down myself also. Okay. It's 6-7. Good thinking. Should have bought a lotto ticket, indeed. Oops. These books are not your problem anymore. At least not today. Just tomorrow. All right. It's time to go on the computer. You power on the iMac and log into your student account. Though a novel and coveted device just a few years ago, this computer has grown creaky. But for your uses, writing and printing, email, messaging, and browsing the web, it does just fine. Nice. I like the do not use on the speakers here. Can we eat the candy? No. Okay. Let's see. So we have browse the internet, notes, email, and messaging. Can we listen to music? No. Okay. Let's check message. Email? No subject. From mfish@sucs.edu. Paper. You sent this email to yourself yesterday. Your paper for class is attached. That's good thinking. Downloading attachment. Your paper is still a jumbled collection of ideas with no real editing, but coming back to it today, it's better than you thought it would be. This is the perfect opportunity to reorganize your thoughts. Time to start writing. Since this is your first time, let's do it together. Great. Whenever you're at a computer, you can work on any of your assignments from this list. Since it's due today, and you're desperately trying to not think about the proposal, let's focus on city life and media. Okay. Once you've selected your assignment, click on Write to begin working on it. For each assignment, you'll have a chance to draw from a total of 2 topics, one primary and one secondary. For your primary topic, it's generally a good idea to stay relevant to the assignment. Unless I really want to go off the rails. Yes, well, take it easy with that. Not all assignments will have a clear primary topic, but when they do, your knowledge of that topic is the basis for a good paper. For instance, for your paper on city life and media, you should probably choose the city as your primary topic, unless you really want to confuse your professor. That can be pretty funny. Ah yes, you're quite the puppet master, aren't you, Mara? When your writing is poorly received, it's because you intended it that way, yes? I was just joking about writing something bad. You fell right into my trap. Anyway, let's select our primary topic, the city. Hey, what's that rotating shape? Why, the contents of your brain, of course. Wow, this one's got 3D in it. That's impressive. I thought the contents of my brain were scrambled eggs. Well, it mostly is, but we're working on that. Every topic in your brain has the chance to be developed. As you further your understanding of a topic, its shape will change. Oh. And that number in the lower left corner will go up? Exactly. When in doubt, using at least one well-developed topic can add a lot of flavor to your work. Got it. So complex ideas are better to write with than undeveloped ones. What if all my ideas are undeveloped? Then clearly you haven't been reading, conversing, or experiencing life. All ideas will inevitably develop if you explore the world around you. But my paper is due immediately, and I don't have time to experience any more life. Relatable. That's frustrating, isn't it? On any given day, you will need to choose between collecting more ideas and delivering your work on time. It's on you to make the most of each day while accepting the necessary compromises. So you're saying I can't have absolutely everything, and no answers are concretely right or wrong? This sucks. And it will continue sucking with ever-growing urgency until death's sweet embrace. Let's finish picking our primary topic now, shall we? Click the OK button. Select your secondary writing topic. Hey, my topic changed color. That means you've already used it for this paper. Don't worry, it'll be available when you work on your next assignment. So I can reuse subjects in my writing? Sure, why not? All writers ruminate on the same themes. Just don't lean on any one topic too much. You're still finding your creative voice after all. Besides, if you repeat yourself often enough, people will eventually notice. Ah, there's the rub. Okay, now that you have your primary writing topic, the fun begins. It's time to combine it with a secondary topic of your choosing. This can be anything you'd like. Anything? I'm on a deadline here. I mean, we only have 2 choices, so... You can always take the safe route and stay relevant. For city life and media, that would mean selecting a media-related topic. Do you see anything like that here? I do. But we can also choose anarchism. Focus, Mara. Let's get through this writing tutorial before you wander off. Okay. Should we just pick movies? I'm kind of curious what happens if we pick the less obvious choice. Let's find out. All right. That isn't exactly media, but maybe your knowledge on the subject will inspire you. It's worth a shot. All right, let's finish this paper. Okay, no backing out now. Well, this isn't bad. Considering you almost lost this time to senseless library work, you've certainly made the most of it. After a quick read-through, you're satisfied with the paper. You're now ready to print. Nice. You send your file. Had to enjoy the sounds there. You send your file to the library printer. Once it comes out, you staple it together and take it with you. Well done. You finished your assignment in time for class. There's a good student in you yet. All right, what else can we do? Messages? None of your top shelf chat buddies are online right now. Just a bunch of secondary and non-recurring characters. Besides, you've already used so much time to write your paper. Okay, can we browse the web? Oh, we can like search. Oh, neat. So we can search using the topics we've learned. Can we search for name? Oh, interesting. It's a shot in the dark, but why not? You type Theo SUCS into the search engine. You only sort of mean that. Well, look at that. Theo has a web presence. He was interviewed for the SUCS website last year as part of a freshman spotlight feature. It's an awesome school, says freshman Theo Newman, who is part of the university's creative writing program. I'm here 3 weeks and I've already made at least 15 friends. Newman, sheesh. Nice. Okay, Theo something. And we still need to write up a library proposal and find a book for the book guy. Thank you for the dab. Remember when printing from any college computer requires us to first attend a 2-hour orientation session? Oh, God. I don't think I ever printed anything at college, like at the school. Not that I can think of. I could just not be remembering correctly. What else can we do? Let's just browse. Do you have time for web browsing this morning? After a quick calculation of whether you deserve this, and I do, you navigate to the Blowtorch Media blog, your go-to authority on pop culture and media. You quickly scan the week's album reviews to see if any new releases have garnered the coveted 1000% rating or even a close contender in the 900+ area. Get Celius, hello! Thank you for coming by. One moment. These albums tend to be of great cultural and historical significance to the people who read the Blowtorch review blog. Unfortunately, there are no new classics this week, but a couple of reviews in the 800 range catch your eye, and records of this caliber rarely let you down. You'll have to download some new music at home. Better make a note of it. Nice. You better get back to the things you actually meant to do on the computer. You could sit here and read about albums you don't intend to listen to all day. Hello, welcome y'all. I hope you had a great stream. Oh, playing Next Fest demos. Nice. Any you particularly enjoyed? Thank you again for coming by. We are playing the demo for Perfect Tides Station to Station. The demo is coming out this upcoming Tuesday on the 13th. The game itself does not have a release date yet, but the demo has been great so far. We have spent our morning, we made some eggs, we talked to a lot of people, we explored the area of New York City that we are in, and then we came to work at the library and convinced our boss to to let us off the hook for work today, and then we finished up our school paper. So that's about all you've missed. Enjoyed Mullet Mad Jack. All right, I'm writing it down. Sounds interesting. Okay, do I want to search for anything else? Let's see. I can't. Let's see what happens if we search for ourselves on the internet. That's always fun. Much to your relief, there is almost no evidence of your online activity, at least when attached to your real name. A lot of your online communities over the years have disappeared on their own, and to see the rest of your posting trail, somebody would need to know the many and varied usernames you've taken over the years. Good riddance to bad rubbish. That was fun. Get Celia says, it's nice to see Meredith go from comic creator to game dev. Yeah, very, very cool. Let's search for anarchism. Our favorite new topic, apparently. The top result for anarchism is a Usenet forum that claims to have been in operation in some form since the 1980s. You'd hope to find a concise primer on political theory, or at least a rundown of best community practices, but the latest active threads seem to all involve one of the forum's top moderators, his alleged misdeeds, and a naming and shaming of his many defenders. Oh boy. Finding it all indecipherable, you abandon your search. Okay. How do we... Okay. Let's log off, I think. We could certainly spend all day Googling things, but... Shortly after you finish your task, the library fills with students. You're kept busy for the rest of the morning with shelving, tech questions, and checkouts. Now I'm trying to remember, when was Google invented? I feel like 2003. It has to have existed by then, right? But I can't remember for sure. Unsecret Cross asks, has anyone seen my phone? I have not seen it. It's not in here. Used it in 2000? Okay. I'm trying to remember what search engine I used before Google. And I cannot remember. It's a blank. Was it Dogpile? No, it was not. Honestly, that doesn't even sound familiar. Are you making that up? You better not wander around right now. Class is about to begin. Oh, is this where we're going to class here? Media Studies class begins the way it usually does, with you arriving early, claiming your unsought-after desk up front, and wondering anxiously if Daniel will show up. He does, and then another wave of concern washes over you. Your performance in this class is oddly staked upon both Daniel and Walsh's approval. You've never had a teacher you wanted to impress more. At the same time, Daniel is your only classmate who questions the educators at SUCS in a way that seems pointed and not clearly individualized. Walsh, in light of this, is a formidable opponent. Even as Daniel pokes at the basis of her ideas, you can't help but see them for their gold. She seems unfazed by even his harshest interrogations. Why not show it then? Why does so much have to be artfully implied? Daniel, we all know you want to see more boobies. Fresh off a screening of the 2002 film Adaptation, you've been discussing the outside demands, both recognizable and hidden, imposed on a writer as they craft a work for an audience. Now wait, Daniel may have a point. Why indeed? Whether it's books, TV, film, when the sex begins, the scene ends. Why skip ahead to the aftermath? Why? Content restrictions. Well, sure, the media channel provides the budget and the distribution, and in turn we fit their standards. But what about authors and directors who make this choice, commit this act of self-censorship, regardless of their constraints? I'm talking about films and novels for adults. Don't these too shy away from graphic or even artful depiction? And what about students? Free as they are to express such things, they often write very conservatively. We just don't want to give our best material, Walsh. Clearly not. Hey, my question stands. Is it possible that both artist and audience have trained their expectations? And with the proliferation of media in our lives, does that not affect how we engage with reality? Wake up, guys. I'll put it another way. When it comes to the primal act in question, writers seemingly want to concern themselves with the events leading to its consummation and its aftermath. I posit that in turn, this is how we start to view sex in our own lives, a sort of blackout moment, a temporary loss of perception. We come to see intimacy as an inscrutable obstacle on an otherwise smooth narrative track, as something stories can only guide us towards. The rest is up to us. Can art not offer comfort and catharsis around sex, much as it does for topics like faith, struggle, and death? I mean, maybe it's not a useful part of the story. It's in bad taste, pornographic. What do we think? Mara, do you agree? Is sex a useful part of storytelling, or merely pornographic? I think we're gonna go with useful. I think it's useful. There are things you can show rather than tell. What sort of things? Boobies. Mara, what sort of things? Well, like, what if there's shame involved or inexperience? Something you want to tell us, Mara? No? Fuck off. Daniel has some nerve. You know for a fact he has less experience than you. Guys, please. Now, Mara, I'm not trying to single you out here. I think you're onto something. The pressure to perform, and perhaps more urgently to report on our success, is all around us. Who can claim to be immune? For your next essay, I want you all to think about the universality of desire, the ways and reasons we tend to suppress it, and what can be communicated in character, theme, and beyond through its expression. I'm horny. Please use any media you wish to flesh out your case. It will be due next class. A new assignment. 2 days. See you all in 2 days. It's not enough time. Sex. New topic added. Exciting. Let me catch up on chat here. Also enjoyed Tower of Dreams. That one sounds kind of familiar. I might have looked that one up. I think Crush said web crawler maybe? Oh, Puzzle said, I know I used a search engine that has a goofy spider icon, but I can't for the life of me remember its name and it breaks my heart. I think Crush says, I vaguely remember using a spider-themed search engine too. It was web crawler. Nice. Brain can finally be at ease. Wonderful. I think Crush has a very good memory. Certainly better than mine. Okay. Good class today. Thanks. Sure thing. Did you hand in your paper yet? Oh, right. Okay, it's right here. Here's mine. All right, I look forward to reading it. I hope you won't let your peers discourage you, Mara. Much to your distraction, you light up to hear Walsh address you by name. So few of your professors, let alone your favorite ones, ever do. Haha, okay. It's not always easy to say what's on your mind in front of the class. Thanks. I've been trying to have my own opinions, ignore the popular consensus. It's good to form your own thoughts, yes. Though I wouldn't discount what others say. The consensus has value to you and the topics you write about. Your knowledge and your writing will grow richer if you can see a topic from many perspectives. Even low-quality perspectives? Haha, just keep it in mind. See you in 2 days. Okay, bye. New person added. I was wondering. Okay, interesting. Um, it seems like there's no points in this one, or maybe there's just not points in the demo. We do get scored on our writing, I guess. Oh, we can ask questions now. As much as I kind of want to go through all the options, I don't want to spend too much time exploring things that are just kind of bonus dialogue or whatever. Let's talk about how deep into the topics of sex am I supposed to get for this paper? I wouldn't get terribly personal, if that's what you mean. You can paint in broad strokes. That's sort of a problem for me. I tend to get terribly personal. The truth about my life always comes out. Details about your life don't always reflect the truth, at least not the truth you might have intended. So be careful with that. Righto. The city. You were saying something about the city the other day, and I wondered if we could talk about that some more. Oh, what was it? Remember how you said the city was all cleaned up now? How it's a totally different landscape? Oh, yes. Did that bother you? Well, I just got here, and now I'm wondering if I'm in the right place. Oh, Mara, please don't take it that way. I grew up here. We can't have the same lives, you and I. A place is always changing. That's inevitable. And just as inevitable are the complaints of its residents. Haha. That's how you'll know you're really dug in somewhere, when you know it well enough that it becomes unrecognizable. Has anything stayed the same since you were young? A lot of things are the same. There's a real history here. Things I once took for granted that I love now. You ever feel that way about your home? I don't know. I haven't gone back in a while. Too many bad memories, I guess. Well, the city isn't the only place with a history, with significance. For me, it is. It feels like my life has begun since I got here. It's nice to feel that way. I hope you make some good memories here. They might even help you make sense of the bad ones. Well, look at that. You learned something. Anytime a conversation or experience adds to your knowledge, your level in that topic will rise, and the shape of your understanding will change. Some of these shapes get pretty gnarly, eh? Collect them all. Okay, fun. Let's see. I was going to ask about anarchism also. Nice try, Mara. No student has roped me into conversation about anarchy since the early 90s. Oh. The floors at SUCS are far better maintained than the ones at... Oh, I forgot how we agreed to pronounce this. Belta High? That was, to your dismay, the first observation you heard from Mom during your tour of the school. You don't like to sit at any of these desks. They are too visible while simultaneously doing nothing to distinguish you. Belta, thank you. In your work, and by extension your life, you aspire to be both hidden and breathlessly unique. It sounds right to me, now that you've said it. All right. I guess I never drew this room on the map. Naturally, I ran out of room for it. I think it seems like it might be a good time to take a little break. I could certainly use one. So I'm going to do that. Maybe 5 minutes or so. And then when I come back, we will continue playing this demo. See you in a few. Hello. Okay. What now? Is there anything in this room we haven't explored? At the end of every semester, this trash can is simply never empty. You can't imagine throwing away your schoolwork as readily as some of your fellow students, but their joy in the ritual can't be denied. I also cannot imagine that. I guess we're leaving now? Curious if we can go back in the library and... Yes, it looks like everything is the same as... I was wondering if maybe some people would have changed or something like that. Let's talk to Jana. Actually, I don't know what to talk to her about, so maybe not. Okay. missed, I guess. All right. So what time is it now, I wonder? Okay, it's night. Well, it's just about time to get to that party. You should head to the dorm building. Let's save. He's deeply absorbed in a phone text conversation, the printed digits on his buttons nearly invisible from use. It's time to look up Anarchism the Band, the philosophy, and the thing no one can explain in 2 sentences. These two are probably students living at the SUCS dorm building. You do not recognize them. Can we talk to them anyway? No. Is there anywhere we can go in? Probably not. No time for greasy potatoes now. You've got partying to do. Okay. I like that there's lots of people about now. That's fun. Until recently, non-Applebee's establishments that served alcohol were practically invisible to you, but Weird O'Malley's is now a prominent feature on this block, enticing you to wonder just what you're missing. There's always someone hanging outside of the liquor store. You can't begin to dream of the reason. Papaya Hog is hopping. These lines of people are not atypical at Papaya Hog, which is especially popular at night. Is it time for a Papaya Hog ourselves? Probably not. To your dismay, there's a line outside Papaya Hog right now. You don't have time to wait. Bummer. Yeah, this tree is pretty great. Honestly, every screen in this has been pretty great. All right. This guy looks, I don't know. It's a very intense look. Yes? I'm here to see someone. I'm an invited guest. Of whom? Theo Newman, of course. Let's see what happens if we say the wrong person. Daniel Davis. I haven't a clue who that is. Okay, well, that was boring. Yes? Theo Newman. Newman, huh? Let me see. Yes, I've got you here. Mara, right? Yep, pleased to meet you. Uh-huh. You know the rules upstairs? No, sir, but I'd like to. Don't get cute now. No alcohol, no smoking, no pets, no overnights, no loud music. Gotcha. And most importantly, see that entrance door? The one you walked in through? Uh-huh. It locks at 11 p.m. You leave, you're out for good. Got it? Absolutely. Have a beautiful night. Already am, thanks to you. 11 p.m. It locks. Right. The things he's seen in a student dorm. Indeed. To be fair, everyone who works late at night as a bellman or desk person is wired up. I suppose you're probably correct. I was hoping I could get a description of this little sign here. I want to know what's going on there. Oh, we didn't see this before. It's you, Mara Whitefish. You're 18 years old and you want to be a writer. And according to at least one emotionally high-maintenance professor, you should already be calling yourself one. You're attending university in the city. You have a boyfriend named Adam who lives 2 states away. That's the most information we've gotten about where Adam lives. That does kind of narrow it down somewhat. You don't see each other in person very often, but when you do, you more than make up for the time part. That's right, you have sex with him. Not a huge deal. You grew up on a small semi-remote island where you lived until about a year and a half ago. The city in the mainland, from which you commute, still holds such fresh promise to you. You have not been back to perfect tides since you left. Mara Whitefish sex haver, indeed. Revelers in various states of inebriety. I've never encountered this particular form of the word. Inebriated. Inebriety. I guess that's correct. Crowd the halls of the dorm floor. I can't tell what I'm meant to do here. You're not ready to leave yet. Besides, the hour creeps ever closer to the point of no return when you'll no longer be able to re-enter the building. We don't want that to happen. Okay, I guess we just need to... Oh, okay. This is interesting. This is really interesting. Where'd you guys get the beer? We bought it. Brought it, excuse me. Nice, nice. Having trouble finding beer in this city? Of course not. That would be funny, wouldn't it? No, I'm always tripping over opportunities. Always boozing it up with my buddies. I was just curious about that particular brand is all. It piqued my interest. This? Yeah, is it good? It's Coors. From their unimpressed tone and a lifetime of passive TV consumption, you reason this may in fact be the most ubiquitous beer of all time. You'd better deploy the parachute. I'm more of a wine person myself. That's the parachute? Oh yeah? Which variety of wine do you like? Oh, cold mostly. But I'll take any which way if there's no ice around. The group returns to its conversation. It seems to have been ejected. Oh, we already had this conversation. I was trying to click on a different person. I'm so sorry. This is some good facial animation happening here. Oh, okay, yeah. Now that I see this is an uncomfortable conversation. Can we help in some way by interrupting? It seems not. Okay. You guys live here? Nope. You go to SUCS? Nope. You know anyone at this party at all? Well, all right. I'll leave you to it. Oh. Oh, neat. Well, well, it appears I've found the fun room. The stoner kids' reactions range from a nervous, but clearly overgenerous chuckle to outright sneers. Sorry, I wasn't trying to, join you or anything. I know weed's expensive, and besides, my boyfriend won't let me. It's not that he won't let me. That's not what I mean. We're both adults here, but I know it upsets him, and why would I upset him on purpose? Of course, I don't quite understand why it upsets him. It's not like being high makes me do reckless things or want to cheat on him or some shit like that. It's just fun, and it stimulates my brain. It makes me feel more social, and it makes food taste good, and fuck, you really want to do it. Okay, well, I'll leave you guys alone. Unless... So, getting high makes you want to slut it up on your boyfriend, or no? No! Well, fuck you guys. You don't even know me. No thanks. You've already thoroughly embarrassed yourself in front of the highest people at this party. Okay. Goodbye. Goodbye? I can't... I'm having trouble with the door. There we go. Okay. It seems like the people that are fully in the foreground are not people we can talk to, which I guess kind of makes sense. They're standing a bit of ways from where we are. Wow, is smoking allowed in here? Why, you gonna report me? Absolutely not. That's the furthest thing from my mind. I actually think your defiance of building policy is cool, so... You a freshman? I am. How could you tell? Because you're saying all this stuff out loud. Oh, should I be keeping some of it to myself? Try keeping all of it to yourself until you know if it's some weird-ass thing to say or not. How am I supposed to know what's cool or weird to say if I never say any of it? That's a tough one, huh? You're an advanced stage of weird and annoying that usually gets banged out in high school. It will get harder to resolve with every year. Please, doctor, cure me. Have you tried having a loser-ass friend who you can try out all your dumb shit on? That's like basically all of my friends. Well, shit, it sounds like you're already in the leper colony. Not much we can do for you. No, wait. At least you have your people, right? You're my only hope, please. Ah. It just faded away. God damn it. That's rough. You know, I feel like the keyboard might be easier to use here. Oh, I think we've hit the edge of the room. Okay. So high, man. The story doesn't make sense. Yeah. Okay, we already talked to them. Can't talk to them. Oh, wait. Is this a room we can go in? Oh, that's like a shower or something. When you push on the dorm bathroom door, you feel the soft but insistent pressure of another human blocking your ingress. Since you had no reason to be in there anyway, and you were frankly dreading what you'd find, you abandoned your mission. Seems wise. We talked to them. That's the exit, I think. Okay. You guys look like you have some juicy gossip. Oh yeah, this one's a doozy. You got me drooling. What's the scoop? Do you know Mikey Tops? Maybe? Not sure. You know Jenny from the next floor up? That sounds vaguely familiar, but... Okay, well, do you know the band A Fond Farewell? I'd probably know it if I heard it. Not sure how much you'll benefit from this gossip. No, tell me. It may be useful to me later on when I know all these people. Don't worry about it. You feel vaguely as if you've just swindled yourself out of an opportunity. If only you'd better faked your insider knowledge, you'd be swimming in social gold right now, a currency that never degrades so long as it continues to flow. What's up? My name's Mara. Mara, you know what I like about you? Come here and I'll tell you. Well, all right. I'm always up for a compliment. It's only after drawing closer at him that you smell the alcohol drenching his every fiber. Your distress at this late realization causes you to snap back, losing the second half of his answer, which is already grotesquely unmentionable. Okay then, get home safe or whatever. Hello, Wizard of Waldorf. Welcome. You would also like some hot gossip? How are the old teams this season? Doing good sports? I take it you're not into athletic competition. That's an understatement. I'm a writer, so I'm much more cerebral in my amusements. That's too bad. The mind-body connection of an athlete at their best is really quite transcendent. I'm in touch with my body. I can stop myself from hiccuping. I can cry if I think hard enough about something sad. Cool. Well, call me when you can make a 17-foot shot with 10 seconds on the clock. I'll do that. So really, how's the team doing? We took a double-digit loss last night. Haha. That's bad, right? Yeah. Haha. Fish, you made it. It's-a me. Where's Daniel? Huh? I don't know. I figured you'd come together. You guys are inseparable. What? No, we're not. What a bunch of nerds, indeed. I'm just yanking your chain, Fish. So, is this your room? Yep. We've got a fire escape window, just fashioned a gravity bong from a naked food juice bottle. Cool. Yeah, I'd invite you in, but? Well, my guy Vince went in there just now. I don't want to bug him. He's with a girl or something. Oh. Do you think they're... Not sure. Your friend is banging a girl in your room? More of an acquaintance than a friend, really. And you don't want to bug him. I just want everyone to have a good time, you know? Confidentially, Vince is my hookup right now. Is that so? Yeah, so if you ever want to buy the good shit, let me know. You are very interested in buying Theo's weed. You haven't smoked since winter break, when you were offered, also by Theo, a heart-stopping pull from a bubbler shaped like Mr. Peanut. I will certainly do that, my friend. We've added drugs to our topics. Great. Enjoy the party, okay? This whole floor is pretty chilled out. I'm sure you'll find lots of cool peeps to talk to. Oh, we have. Let's see. Let's talk. Who can we talk about? I don't know why we would talk about Adam with Theo, but I'm kind of curious what happens if we try. Who's that? My boyfriend? Adam? Remember? Oh, of course. You know, I forget he exists sometimes. Well, he exists. We've been together for a year. No offense, Mara. Really, I've just never met him. I'm sure he's a great guy if you've chosen to date him for so long. Well, he is. And I have. Sorry. Forget it. It's pretty annoying how Theo never bothers to remember anything about Adam, even though you are friends. It's like there's an entire chunk of your life in which he pays no interest. Can you really be good friends without knowing or caring about the other person's love life? As far as you're concerned, you've been appropriately curious and sympathetic to every unrequited crush, rejection, and dating faux pas in Theo's life. If he's bitter about the fact that you have something stable while he continues to strike out, you may as well say it. His supposed amnesia for your happiness is getting old and fast. Thanks for the follow. Great to have you here. Theo, I'm just a guy. Let's see. Let's talk about... we'll start with anarchism. I haven't checked it out, but I hear good things. About anarchy? I think so. Should I get into it? I mean, sure. Good to keep an open mind. Cool. Always fun to explore new things. I'll let you know how I like it. Oops. The door to Theo's room is closed. Theo appears to be blocking any entry right now. I wasn't trying to go in there. Music. Oh, I listen to everything. As deeply opinionated as you are on the topic of music, you can't bring yourself to engage with an answer as annoying as this. Cool, man. Nice. Sex. The day I actually have sex, you'll be the first to know. I mean the second one, obviously. Right. Drugs. You're looking to buy already? I guess. I don't know that we have money. I don't have anything on me, sorry to say. I will in a week or two, though. I can get you something. Shit. Okay. What do you want? MJ, s'il vous plaît. How much? Don't you tell me how much? You're funny, fish. How much weed do you want? Like half a pound? Is that a lot? That's really a lot. A few ounces? How much is that? Like a takeout container's worth. Holy shit, what does 20 bucks get me? I got you, girl. No worries. You've never felt so desperately stupid in front of Theo. It would be best if he forgot about this exchange and you never brought it up again. I'm gonna put this on the list in case it's something we need to remember. Weed from Theo in 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure it won't be a thing we need to remember for this demo, but maybe for the future. $20. I believe the demo is basically the first day of the game, the first day of 16, I think. If I understand correctly. Theo on anarchism, the end of the state and stateless society. I don't know what that means, but I'll keep an open mind. Let's see. I think that's all the topics we care to talk about with Theo right now. Okay, and that's the end of the hallway. Hey, what's your deal? Oh, you know, breathing the air, standing here. Cool, cool. Like anything? Does it look like I like anything? You look like someone who likes music. If you can call constantly getting your heart broken by something liking it. I sure can. We must be kindred spirits. Well, alright, you sound serious. You want the lowdown on the next big act? My god, yes I do. Okay, check this out. Black-eyed motherfucking peas. What? Get out of here, you indie fuck. Emo scumbag. You know, I'm glad music breaks your heart. That's what you get for locking it away in a cage and sharing its beauty with no one. Go listen to college radio. Sniffle. Sounds fun. I think I will. Our knowledge of music has increased. Wonderful. Okay. So, I assume gaining a point for a topic improves our writing ability. I'm guessing it doesn't have any effect on conversations? But let's experiment. Let's see if we say anything different. Okay. I'm curious if that will ever be a thing. Okay, this is the same convo. Are we missing anything here? Oh, is this a room we haven't gone in? It is. These rooms, like the whole, like the cramped, like the way the scene is drawn in the hallway, like really is a great way of depicting that kind of atmosphere where it's just like super crowded and you can't really see anything other than the people that are right next to you. So that's really great. And then I love the perspective of these little rooms. Welcome. Make yourself comfortable. Oh, is this your room? Oh, sure, but mi casa es su casa. Party people in the house. You seem kind of nervous. What would I have to be nervous about? These are my school peers, even the ones I've never met before. Surely when they leave, my colleagues intend to pick up their trash and flush the toilet and clean the sheets. Oh God, can the school hold me liable for what happens in here? Sure, they'll probably give you an award for being the coolest host of the night. Nice. That's the sweatiest laugh you've heard today, and you were just in a classroom full of freshmen discussing sex. You attempt to catch the eye of whichever person seems most friendly, but neither of them do, and you quickly feel self-conscious about approaching them. To cover your tracks, you crane your head into the bathroom. Looking for something? Oh yeah, just thought I left something in there. Didn't mean to bug you guys over here. What did you leave? Oh, my magazine, my hair magazine. You brought a magazine in there? Pretty stupid, huh? Clearly it's not in there, so I'll just go. No, I think I see it in there. To your mortification, the person closest to the door picks up an issue of Rot magazine with a cover picture of a woman's naked ass and the massive blocky caption, 69 bands that suck, and offers it to you. Aha! That must be it, yes. You pocket the magazine in a way you imagine very similar to a customer in a porn store and slink away in terrible embarrassment. Interesting. What can we do with this? Just some stuff in your inventory with no description yet. Okay. Let's bother these people making out. Hey, my name's Mara. Do you go here? I go here. The dorms are pretty small, huh? I was so disappointed I couldn't afford it, but now that I'm seeing it, it isn't much, you know? I heard everyone shares a kitchen here. I wonder if it's gross. I'd probably just get takeout all the time if I could already afford the room, you know? Well, this has been great. Enjoy your night. The scene is giving me very large Scott, you're the salt of the earth vibes. That must be Nigel with the brie. This group in the corner seems receptive to your company. Maybe you could join them. Sit and talk, or no thanks. I mean, we'll try. We'll see how it goes. Oh, interesting. Got a slightly different menu here. What to start with? Music, I guess? I don't know. That seems like an easy starting point. You into emo? I saw the Ataris and Further Seems Forever at Barber's last week. Wow, that sounds sick. How'd you get tickets? How does anyone get tickets? Showed up 20 minutes late and bought them off a scalper. Sounds expensive. Did you get carded? Wow, you're just living on a different plane of existence, aren't you? Get yourself a fake ID. Where can I do that? Any shady business owner in the city can make you one. Ask around. Can't you just tell me who made yours? Can't you just be cool? I'm trying, man, I'm trying, but there's so many steps and you're not telling me how specifically to accomplish them. You'll pay for your crimes against humanity, dickhead. Lock me up. Okay, so we maybe need to get a fake ID? From a shady businessman. Let's talk about movies. You guys into movies at all? Whoa, you think you just waltz into this room and ask us something so personal? Sorry. Oh, that was really the end. I assume that was a joke. Let's talk about the city. We were just talking about the city and how there's no real school campus. But the city is our campus. Wow, that's exactly the conclusion we came to. How'd you know? Anarchism. Right on, I'm an anarchist too. Cool. Yep, smashed up a convenience store window just last week. I see, is anarchy only about destruction to you? No way, violence is an unfortunate means to a noble end. Which is all that sweet anarchist cooch. Jesus. Girl, you asked him. Well, it's important for me to hear out my fellow anarchists. We must find unity in diversity. I know exactly where we can find unity. Your bedroom down the hall? Look at you two. You'll build a big tent in no time. I'm building I saw that coming a mile away. I'm building a big tent as we speak. Okay, we're on the topic. Let's talk about sex. Haven't you heard? This is a dry floor. Yep, no sex for 10 feet vertically in either direction. Y'all better tell the kids down the hall. You're fucking with me, right? We would be if it wasn't expressly forbidden. Drugs. What? Never touch the stuff. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Oh, we can talk about people also. Since this is... Well, it seems slightly different. I don't think they're done talking as normally here. I thought maybe it was different. Let's talk about Theo. You guys know Theo? Nope. Really? The guy right down the hall? That's the guy who's always hanging flyers up in the common areas. Wait, the Start an Improv prank troupe with me guy? That sounds like him. He really likes extracurriculars. I'll tell you one extracurricular he isn't getting. The whole group laughs, including you, then you start to feel bad. Surely your loyalty to Theo isn't so frayed. But no, he gets laid. Why would anyone who's ever grazed a titty get so involved in school? That's a good question. He should have some for the rest of us. Save some for the rest of us, excuse me. I'll tell him that. Yeah, you should. Just don't let your overwhelming desire for him cloud your judgment. It's not what dry usually means in a student housing context. Yeah. Just catching up on chat here. We'll buy this game just for the soundtrack. Yes. That reminds me. I can't remember if the soundtrack for the first game was ever available. It's on Steam. Daniel Kobalars? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But that's who did the soundtrack for the first game and this one as well. There's a link to the soundtrack for the first game, so I assume... Oh! Did Kathy Rain also? Interesting. I assume the soundtrack for this one will be up on the Bandcamp there eventually as well. Is a good early 00 phone? Yeah. Okay, we're done talking, I think. We talked to this group as a whole. I think we got everybody here. So what can we do with this magazine? I'm not entirely clear on what type of magazine this is. And I don't know how we would use it either. I guess we can just experiment. Kathy Rain had wonderful music too. Yeah, it was good. So I have to look into the director's cut of that one. I'm pretty sure the director's cut was the one I streamed, but that was the only version I had played, so I don't really know how it differs. But I enjoyed it a lot. I got the impression like it was mainly just kind of like I think they redid the game in a different engine and also kind of expanded on some things to kind of polish it up more. They don't want it, and you don't want to give it to them. Okay. Maybe they would like the magazine. Okay. Might as well try everyone in the room. Okay. Maybe Theo would like it. Oh no. What's happening? Oh, that's the phone. Hello? Hello, Mara? Excuse me. Adam? Yeah, I'm here. I can barely hear you. Yeah, I'm at that party. What? I said I'm at that party, the one I told you I'd be at. Jesus, I can't hear you at all. Yeah, there's a lot of people here. It's a party. Can you go somewhere quieter? Let me see. You scan the hallway for any possible refuge from the noise. Each location looks busier and noisier than the last. Hello? I can't really go anywhere. It's the same volume on this whole floor. Can you go to a different floor? I really need to talk to you. Is something wrong? What's going on? Adam, what is it? I can't talk to you while you're in there. It's too loud. Okay, well, should I call you later then? Is it important? What's wrong, Adam? Can you go outside? The hour has grown too late. If you leave the dorm building now, you won't be able to re-enter. Can you please go outside? I really need to talk to you, sweetie. Okay, I'll call you back in a minute. I suppose this is a time when phone minutes were a concern. Wizard of Waldo says, I love the series of games. Same with Octopus Pie too. Let's save. Just for kicks. Let's see. I think we just walked by the exit, actually. Okay. Leaving for the night? Yeah, unfortunately. There's no chance I can get back in after a phone call, is there? Afraid not. Yeah, I figured. Good night then. Get home safe. So, I was kind of wondering about this. Like, this seems like a perfectly good area to make a phone call, right? We were told we can't come back in the building once we leave, but it seems like we could make our phone call here. Obviously, this is just a little game mechanic. It's fine. Okay. Hi, sweetie. I'm outside. What is it? Are you mad about something? No, I just left the party so you could tell me something. So, what did you need to tell me? Well, if you're just mad about it... Yeah, buddy. I'm not mad. I just want to know what it is. Did something happen? Did anything happen? I just wanted to talk to you. Nothing happened? I just left the party for no reason? Face. No reason? Talking to me is not a reason? Well, yes, it's a reason, but it's not like an emergency reason. You'd rather be at some dorm party than call me? I call you every day, multiple times a day. I never get to go to parties, Adam. I always go home on the weekends and miss everything. I just wanted to be at a fucking party. Fine, go back then. I can't, it's too late. I just wanted to hear your voice before bed. That was literally it. Yeah. Am I asking for too much? No. Sorry, Adam. The pain of his inquiry overtakes you. Adam wants to fall asleep to the sound of your voice. Who has ever loved you so much? I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry. It's okay. Sorry for ruining your night. You didn't ruin my night, just... It's fine. Not a big deal. I would have left soon anyway, with the train schedule and... Girl, yeah. I wasn't really clicking with any of those people anyway. No? Nah, you know how much I suck at making an impression. Really? But I've seen you do it. Well, you were there when I did that. I'm not so scared when you're around. I'll be there again soon. Okay, I'd like that. I should hurry. Oh, right, the train. Want to call me when you get home? Wait. But wasn't this the phone call? Oh, well, it's going to be late. I might be tired by then. Okay, well, if you're tired later, I'll try to call. Okay. But just in case, we should say goodnight now. Good night. I love you. I love you too. You still need to pick up your laundry from Daniel's place. Oh, geez. Why does this night seem so long when you haven't even had any fun? Antigua Crush says, for someone who wants to talk, he sure isn't saying much. Yeah. Connor says, yeah, this dude is definitely giving off controlling vibes. Wasn't he going to bed? Yeah. Getzelia says, Adam is kind of needy. A little bit. He seems like he's not equipped to handle a long-distance relationship. We can't get a papaya hog, can we? Damn. Terrible. I hope in the full game we can get a papaya hog. On like the last day or something. I assume we're going on the subway now? You promised Mom you wouldn't come home. Oh, right, we gotta get the laundry. I would have completely forgotten the laundry. You promised Mom you wouldn't come home without all the dirty laundry you're keeping at Daniel's. You'd better pick it up first. Even from the hallway, you could hear the tinny distortion of an anime soundtrack piped too loud through cheap computer speakers. Oh, that's great. It is like this kind of setup, watching it all the way across the room seems very weird. But watching an anime on the computer with other people is pretty great. The sight of Daniel with his roommates, coupled with their pleasant indifference at your unannounced arrival, is a coolant to your hot brain. Hey, Mara. I thought I'd find you guys at the party. What party? At the dorms, right? I'm done with those fucking dorm parties. Wild-eyed freshman bullshit. Yeah. What the hell is this? Golden Boy. Golden Boy. It's fucking hilarious. The dub is so terrible. It's awesome. The small screen barely hinders your full sensory immersion into a world of shapely loins under spray paint thin fabric, gyrating cartoon breasts, and the trash-smelling perverts who worship them. Oh man, what the fuck? Good, right? You crashing tonight? I hadn't planned to, but I might. If that's okay, I mean. No, Mara, get the fuck out of here. Of course you can stay. God, you're such an ass. We did it! You've reached the end of the demo. Thank you for playing Perfect Tides station to station. A special thanks to the playtesters for their time and insight. That was great. I enjoyed it very much. Oh, and I'm sad. I'm sad thinking about I will probably have to wait quite a while for the full game to come out. I don't really know much about how far along the full game is, but I'm sure it'll be a bit. That was great indeed. And yeah, I definitely I love streaming the first game, so I'll definitely do that again. Though I'm sure I'll with a new game, I usually tend to want to wait a while after it's come out, so people that want to play it themselves have a chance to do that. Uh-oh? Why are we saying uh-oh? Maple Mystery said, ugh, that's going to be a fight. She forgot to call her boyfriend back and she'll say she crashed at a dude's place. Yeah, like he's definitely not going to take that well. Like, I feel like, given what we've seen of their relationship, it's not going to work out, or at least there's going to be a lot of conflict, at the very least. That was fun. Thank you for streaming the demo. You're welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Unto Crush says, to be honest, I thought he called during the party to break up. Interesting. I don't know. I kind of get the vibe that he wouldn't be the one to do that. Which annoyed me because I think she should break up with him. Yeah. All right. I think we'll wrap it up for the night. This is earlier than I usually finish stream, but I've only really got an hour left, so I feel like starting something else is just not enough time to really do that. Also, I don't really have anything ready to go, so it would take me a while just to get something up and running. It's not 2 a.m. yet. Yeah, I know. I'm using a different keyboard because there was a small incident in which Unsecret Crush knocked over a can of soda onto my expensive keyboard. It's fine though. Only a little bit of soda got on it, and I think it's fine. But I soaked some of the keys in water real good, and there's like the little connector part is taking a surprisingly long time to dry out. It's been 24 hours and I can still see shininess from a little bit of water in there. The Bundaberg Conundrum. This was actually a different type of ginger ale, I believe. It was the microphone arm's fault, technically. That's correct. Thank you for correcting me. Okay, let me see who all is streaming. Okay, I'm gonna have to pop in a couple streams here to see what else going on here. Canada Dry, actually. Yes, thank you. So upcoming streams next week. I promise. We'll be back to normal schedule for both days. That means Maupiti Island on Tuesday, on Maupiti Tuesday, and Conquest of Camelot on Friday. I hope that I will be able to keep playing both of those games consistently, and we can wrap them up around the end of the month. We'll see. That's the dream. I think we will go say hello to Bogus Meat Factory, because I don't think I've ever raided over there. I don't usually get the chance to. Vampire the Masquerade. Exciting. Puzzle says, well, in that case, thank you very much for the stream. Nice way to spend Friday night with you folks. Thank you for hanging out. I always have a great time. I feel like there was something else I was going to say. I can't think of it, though. Thank you again to all of you. I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a great weekend. Here's some raid messages if you would like to use one. Not required. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you around.